In this video, I'll show you how to make these lovely personalized water bottles. These make great Christmas gifts. This is an easy craft if you have a Brother ScanNCut or some sort of vinyl cutting machine. I'll show you how I designed these and then cut them on my Brother ScanNCut. Now let's get started. The items you'll need for this project, I'm using a ScanNCut DX from Brother. This is the mat. There are specific mats that you can or cannot use with the Brother ScanNCut. Weeding tool, maybe some scissors. There are fancier tools in this one, but this is how I kind of put stuff down. I have this nice little paper cutter I like to use. You'll need the vinyl that you're actually going to use. So what I like to do to keep it simple is I bought white and black vinyl, and I just choose a contrasting color to the color of the water bottles. And last but not least, you'll need some transfer tape. I bought a huge roll of this for less than $10. It was a lot bigger when I started, and I'm still using it years later. You can use transfer tape over again. Then you'll also need your computer to make the design, and those are the items you'll need for this project. The first thing I'm going to do is measure the principal area of this water bottle. So this is about 7 inches. You can also measure how wide I can be, but that's pretty much the limiting factor is usually the vertical height of what you're going to cut for the vinyl. 7 inches for this particular bottle. Every bottle, of course, varies from size to size, so measure your bottle. We are at the Brother Canvas Workspace. This is the app that came with our Brother ScanNCut. I've opened a brand new file. This section is about making the design for your water bottles from scratch. I'll show you what I do with long names first. So I'll hit the text button, and then I'll choose my font. You can choose any font you want. I like the skinny, especially for long names. I have a long name, so I'm going to click on the canvas, and then I'll type in my name, and I'm going to maintain that aspect ratio. So I changed the width to 7 inches, and of course you can print it out this way, but just to show you the angle, I can change the angle to 90, and then you can see this is kind of how it would look on that water bottle. I'm going to change it back now. Some of these fonts, they have like these weird things here. I don't know what they are. I don't know how they got there. If you do put it through the Brother ScanNCut like this, it will cut right here. You don't want that. What you want to do is you just want to hit shapes, and you want to hit weld, and then magically it goes away. And that is the first way you can do this. So this is super simple. Type in the name, get it to maintain that aspect ratio, get it to the height that you measured in the previous one. Now, let's say you want to do a shorter name, text, the skinny. I'm going to type Abby. Now, if you want to maintain the aspect ratio but change the width to 7, then it's just a lot bigger. And it's going to take up all the space on your water bottle. Probably a little too big. It's going to wrap around that water bottle. You want it to keep it where it's within the width of that water bottle. So I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over again. I'm going to delete out Caroline, and I'm going to show you how I do this. This is a little more tedious to do it this way, but it's not too bad. I'm going to choose a different font. I'm going to choose a thicker font like marker felt here, and I'm going to do each letter individually. So here is the A. I'm going to maintain aspect ratio. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to right click duplicate, or you can just copy paste. And then I'm going to type in B, Abby. And then I'm going to duplicate again. I need 2 B's for Abby, and then duplicate again. I'll change that to a Y. And now I've got A, B, B, Y. So now I want to align it. I'm going to use the align objects. I'm going to center them, and then I want to distribute them equally. Now the height is 6.26, so that's pretty good. That would work. We can also just change the height to 7. Let's say you want the letters a little bit further apart. You think they're too close. You can do distribute space. I'm going to do 0.5. Show you half, and then hit this vertical distribute space. Makes it a lot bigger. Change it back to 0.1, hit horizontal space, and that kind of gets it back to where it was. I want everything to be distributed evenly. I want everything centered, and I want everything not bigger than 7 inches in height. So I'm going to hit 7, and that is Abby. Next, I want to save. I'm going to hit save here, and I'm going to call this one Abby. I've done 3 names, Abby, Riley, Tucker, in the exact same way. And you can see as there are more letters in the name, it gets a little bit smaller per letter, but they're all 7 inches tall file. And now I need to make a cut file. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to hit File, I'm going to hit Export, and then I can either export it via the internet. That's great, but then your Brother ScanNCut also has to be on the internet. You got to set that up. And the other option is to export a USB drive. So I do have a USB drive inserted, so I'm going to hit Export FCM file. I'm going to go to that USB file, and I'm going to select Riley Abby Tucker. That's the cut file we want to use. And now we will eject that thumb drive and put it into our Brother ScanNCut. We are over at the Brother ScanNCut now. I've already powered it on, and then it kind of goes into the screensaver mode when you first turn it on. So I'm going to hit home, and then it says the carriage will move away. It doesn't really move very much, but I'm just going to hit OK, and then it's ready to go. Now, and the first thing I need to do is load my mat. I'll hit the load mat button, and I already have it positioned, and it will take in the mat and tell me, hey, this is a good mat. The next thing I need to do is, if you're using a USB drive like I am, we need to insert that into the machine. I need to retrieve data, so I'm going to hit retrieve data. Then I'm going to hit USB drive, retrieving data. Now, the file we just worked on was Riley Abby Tucker. I will hit that file. I'm going to hit OK. I got the right file. I need to know what colors I'm going to use. So for Riley Abby Tucker, I'm going to use these darker colored ones. Here is my white vinyl, and I'm going to just smooth that down onto my cutting mat. OK. And then it asks me to select, and I'm going to select cut. And it's already set because I do a lot of these water bottles, but it is set to half cut. If it's not already set to half cut here, you want to hit this wrench icon, and then you want to set it to half cut on. Make sure you got that. And then you don't want to cut it too fast. So the speed you can do, 9 is the max of the cut speed. You don't want it to go that fast. So I usually set it to about a 4, and I hit OK. Now you can just hit start, and it is going to go. Next step is to cut the vinyl around the letters, getting rid of the part you don't need. Cut this part off, peel off the part you're not going to use. So we're only going to put the letters down. So I can just peel off the parts that are not going to be used. Then you want to remove inside the letters that you're not going to use. And this is what you're going to put actually on your water bottle. Peel off the transfer paper, use the lines as our guide so that we can get this on here straight. And you just want to pick something that you can line up with. For example, the N or the T or the O. Everything is straight. Now, the object of this exercise right now is to get the letters to stick to that transfer paper. And so that's when my handy dandy little edge scraper works out well. We want to decide where we want to put this on the bottle. The logo is here. You don't want to do it over the logo. For me, it's a little bit easier if it lays down flat like that. And then we can have our lettering right here. So next, we want to pull off the backing and leave the lettering on the transfer paper. Then we want to line everything up just right, and then we want to get our vinyl on the actual bottle itself. And once again, this lovely scraper tool is a great tool to get it on there. Then you want to slowly and flatly pull the transfer paper off. And if it does come up like that, push it back down, and there you go. Just on there, pull it down, and boom, there you go. There is a water bottle done. Here is the water bottle with the name. And here are the finished mugs. I'm using the same font for everybody, but you can see everybody, because they have different sized names, they came out just slightly different per person. As a bonus here, I'll show you a cup that I did previously. My name is too long to have vertically, so I did the skinny font, I did it sideways. So that's how my mug turned out. This makes for a great birthday gift. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time.